Hey guys, it's Scott here from Horse Racing Daily, and today's video is going to be a contender versus pretender video for the 2022 Preakness Stakes. And I'm going to go horse by horse and kind of give a little overview of what I think about them, what I think their chances are, where I think they can fit at in the race as far as exotic wagers go. And we'll start with the number one horse, Simplification, and he's going to be one of my long shot picks for the Preakness. If you've seen my other video talking about why Epicenter is vulnerable for the Preakness, Simplification actually ran faster times around the track, and he also ran 65 more feet according to Trackers. So Simplification, I think, is going to offer close to double-digit odds, and I'd rather take a shot with him than a low-price favorite. So for me, Simplification is going to be a must-use in all the spots 1 through 4. Second horse is Creative Minister, and this horse has done nothing wrong so far. Took him second try to break his maiden, then he won the optional claiming race on the Kentucky Derby undercard. Ran it how you're supposed to run it. Won good. I don't like that he's not faced Stakes Company, but I do think he's a must use for exotic purposes. And the Preakness has a history of a lot of double-digit odd horses tending to get into the exacta, and he could potentially be a candidate to get in there and fill it out, because it looks like either a lot of the candidates that fill the exactas at long shots either have the short turnaround, on Derby Day or on the Oaks Day, or they come out of Keeneland or Aqueduct. So this horse kind of checks all the boxes. Raced at Keeneland, ran on Kentucky Derby undercard. Could be a potential horse to use at a nice price. And Fenwick, he's not going to be a main focus on my bet. I kind of have him as a pretender, but I am going to do a couple of bets just to take a shot. Maybe he can somehow run back to this race he ran at Tampa and get in there, and at 50-1, he's very, very enticing. But he's not going to be a main play on my ticket. It's just more of a saver to see if I can't pull the Preakness version of Rich Strike. But that's about it for me. And we got Secret Oath at number 4, and this horse is very much a contender. Done nothing wrong, it's dominated all the females on the Oaks Trail. And on the Arkansas Derby, it was actually making up some good ground closers. It's kind of tired out at the end and got passed by Barber Road, but she has a nice turn of foot, trained by Dwayne Lucas, who does really well in the Preakness. So it'd be tough to leave his horse off your ticket. So I have her as a contender. Early voting, also have him as a contender, but the closer it gets to race day, the more I feel like this is becoming the wise guy horse. And I don't know if I like him. I just kind of get that feeling everybody is pointing at him. So the value is not going to be there. Like, he's probably going to be bet down to potentially second choice. And you're going based on what Cloud Computing did in 2017, winning the Preakness. A lot of the same owner, trainer, pattern. And that's a fun angle to play. And if he wins, I will not be surprised. I have him as a contender, but I'm leaning towards personally maybe staying away from this horse come, closer to post time. So you got to stay away from somebody. There's 4 solid choices in this race, and I do feel like a long shot is going to come in there and somewheres and mess it up. So early voting could be a candidate I'm leaning towards, taking out. Happy Jack, he is a pretender. He's done nothing to show me that he's ready for, this race other than being by Oxbow, who won the Preakness in 2013. So that's about it for Happy Jack. Armagnac is also a pretender for me. He does get a good jockey upgrade in Irad Ortiz, but I still think he has a lot of improvement to do, and he's going to, do his best running on the front end. And I'd be surprised if, they try different tactics, because his 2 best races to date have both resulted with front-running tactics. And there's a good amount of speed signed on in this race, so I have a hard time going with him. Epicenter, he's very much a contender. He's the tough luck horse at the Kentucky Derby. And I didn't realize it till, it caught me. He's only won 4 out of 7 races. Like, this horse almost feels like he's been undefeated. And it's just, he always just runs a good race, but finds a way to get nipped at the wire, or just not, it's not meant to be for him sometimes. So I got him as a contender, but I'm leaning towards taking a a stand against him for the Preakness. But if you like him, there's no reason to not use him at this point. And this is going to be my other long shot pick that nobody's talking about. He's going to be in, all of my trifectas, superfectas. I'm going to play him on, top and some bets, and that's Skippy Longstocking. And Saffy Joseph Jr. is becoming a really good trainer in his own right. Like he, kind of started up through the claiming ranks, but now he's starting to get a stable of good horses on the Derby Trail and get some decent older horses. Like he's not just a claiming trainer anymore; he's becoming a well-rounded trainer. So I think you should very much watch out for this horse. If you look on the Trackers times for the Wood Memorial, he actually ran better according to Trackers than early voting. And I can't remember the feet distance off the top of my head, but he also ran a little bit wider around the track. It was like 50 or 60 feet or something like that. So I think this horse is a very much used, and he's going to get good odds. And his sire's Exaggerator, who won the Preakness and the Slop in 2016. So I'm going to use him, and I think you're going to get very good odds because I haven't seen nobody really mention using this horse. But he fits the quick turnaround Keeneland Aqueduct thing. He's going to be a long shot that always seems to come into the exacta in the Preakness. So I'm using him. I hope some of y'all can take a chance to use him too. And I hope everybody has a good payday. I know a lot of people didn't win money on the Derby because of the rich strike, but maybe this race will recover some of those losses and move on. But thanks, guys, for watching.